What isolation does to you. Hello, my name is Augustus, and I'll learn about social barriers and norms to help people become their true self in life. So if you like my channel, please hit subscribe, and you will see more of me coming to you. So today we are going to talk about what isolation does to you. And there are probably a lot of different things that isolation does, but I want to talk about just a few. Isolation, for me personally, I feel like is one of the main factors that is causing self-esteem to get worse and worse. Because when you're isolated, you start to imagine tons of things. You start to feel like you're the only person that's struggling with this. You start to imagine that everyone hates you. You start to feel that your presence in this world is getting minimized, and that is horrible. And when all these things start to happen, when you are isolated from community, one of the first things that happens is that it amplifies all human interaction. So your highs are highs and your lows are lows. So when you're isolated and someone gives you a gift, it's like the best moment of your life. Like, it starts to become extremely good because you never had a emotional human contact with someone for a long time. So even like a single touch becomes extremely precious for you. And on the opposite side, the same thing is when you are isolated and someone does something bad to you, that also amplifies. And this effect, it's really start to change the way that you fundamentally interact with people. Because when people and people interact, they don't put so much weight on one single action usually. So when you're talking with someone, if this person says something good, gives you a compliment, you're like, oh, thank you. Appreciate that. And you feel good about yourself, and then that's about it. And you go back to the way you were, and that's kind of how it levels a little bit. And sometimes with same thing with bad events too. It kind of readjusts itself too. So yeah, you are realigning. But when you put so much weight on one single action, then your jump is humongous. It comes down. So your highs and lows become incredibly off. The second thing that happens is that when you're isolated, you become more and more desperate for love. So when I talk about love, it's not just about romantic love, but it's about friendship, it's about people, it's about any type of love that's surrounding, like within relationships. Because when you're more and more isolated, as people, we need people. Like, that's just how it is. As you start to not be able to have that human contact, we start to crave for it more. And when we want something so much, we become very desperate. Like, it's not our fault, but we had that particular need that we needed. And because of this, what like isolation places us in this lonely place. When bad relationships comes up, like we have people that like to take advantage of others, that relationship starts to not look that bad anymore. Because it's like, hey, you know what? I feel horrible about myself, and I am desperate for any type of relationship. And I know you're not the best person to be in a relationship with, but you know what? I need someone. So you get into a relationship with this person, like as a friend, as romantic relationship, or any other type of relationship. You just want people relationship. But desperation puts us in a very bad place in this context, and this can go down a very dark road. And I honestly hope that none of us go down that road, but I feel like these are just some of the things that isolation can start to do to us if we're not careful. Right now, if you're in a place where you feel like you are still able to get out of it, to seek some kind of help, yeah, please do. Because on a long-term standpoint, like, you will gradually start to feel worse and worse because of your isolation. And it honestly doesn't help you, doesn't help the other people, and you're trapping yourself inside this cycle. So, on the outside, usually people who are isolated pretend everything's fine. They try to be nice to everyone. And they never show that side where they need that help because other people wouldn't understand. And to some degree that is true. But you have to seek the right help and find people that are able to help you to break out of that cycle. Because isolation, from what I can see and what I've learned, it's like a emotional prison. It's nicely put. So it's not nice. So today I want to end with this. What do you feel like encouraged you the most? So could we gonna bring it back a little on an uplifting note? What do you feel like are some of the things that makes you feel the most encouraged? And that will be it for this one. So thank you guys for watching. Let's stay strong, keep on going, be better a social people, and we'll eventually get there, be able to be in community and grow together. So that's it. We'll see you guys next week. Take care. To you. Hey, I think it kind of echoes. I don't know if you can hear it. Isolation. Sean. Yeah, no, I think it kind of echoes. Oh, okay. So what isolation does to you. Okay.